Hey everyone, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable letter V shaped gift box. I have got some of my accent glaze just drying on the hearts there. That's just starting to go clear. It's a little bit cloudy at the moment, but once that's clear, then you've just got that lovely shine. You can see all that little decoration. I've got the little sweet resin heart there as well. And then you just open up the top there and you've got your gift box. So I'm going to fill this with lots of chocolates, and this is going to be in the hamper that I'm doing for my nan. So I think this has come together really nicely. It's the same height and width of all my other letters. So if you're new to the channel, I do have an alphabet playlist. All the ones that I've done so far are in that playlist, and I'm approaching half of the alphabet, so I think this is about the 11th one that I've done now. If the letter isn't there, I just haven't done it yet. So please don't request for the letters because I do make them as I need them. But in due course, probably another 2 years, the whole alphabet will be up there. But for now, I'm going to show you how to make this very sweet letter V. So I'm going to be using the papers, and the sentiment is from kit 53 from Paper Craft Society. This is the one designed by My Creative Life. And I've already taken a few of these little bits which come in there. I'll talk through all that later, but I've got the little sentiment in the heart there, which is sweet. So I'll go through the templates first. I've got my matte and layer template, and then I'll give you the scoring for all the side panels afterwards. For the little hearts, I've used the nestable hearts from Creative Craft Products. As always, everything will be linked at the end of the video and also in the description box. I always recommend that you make your templates first. I keep all of these in a folder. I will cut these ones with you today, and then you've just got them to trace around whenever you want to make this one. So you're going to want a piece of 5 by 6 and a piece of... Take a ruler and a pencil, and first we'll start with the 5 by 6 piece. You want to come in from the top left hand corner by 1 3/4. Just put a little pencil mark at 1 3/4, and then you want to come in from this side 1 3/4 or mark at 3 1/4. Okay, whatever's easiest. So again, little pencil mark there. Also just put a pencil mark at the halfway mark at 2 1/2, and do that again at the bottom as well. Just mark at 2 1/2. Draw a pencil line right the way through, and then do a little marker at 3 7/8 of the way down. Okay, that's going to be the top of the V middle bit there. All right. Along the bottom then, you want to come in at 1 1/2, put a little pencil mark, and again come in 1 1/2 or just mark at 3 1/2, whatever's easiest. So you'll have a pencil mark at 1 3/4, pencil mark at 3 1/4, a pencil mark at 1 1/2, and a pencil mark at 3 1/2, and you'll also have your halfway line, which was at 2 1/2. So again, you want to come down that middle one, 3 7/8, and put a little pencil mark. And now you're just going to join them all up. So first we're going to start in the top left corner, and you're going to join it to that 1 1/2 mark. So just pencil line right the way down, then go across to the top right, and again pencil line all the way down. And then you're going to go from the 1 3/4 pencil line down to the 3 7/8, and again from that 3 1/4 down to the 3 7/8. I just coloured all this in black so you could see the shape, but now I'm going to cut that out, and then I can use this to cut around the other pieces. So the black line's gone slightly into the white, so I am making sure I follow my original line. Nice and straight. If you want to use your trimmers to cut this, you can. Just make sure you get those lines really straight. Okay, and then again cut down in the middle. So that is the box. You've got that now to keep forever. And then for the matte layer, so if you want to have your pattern paper on top, this is a 4 5/8 by 5 3/4, and you're going to do the same markings, are just different measurements. So you're going to come in from the top left 1 3/8, and you're also going to mark at 3 1/4. You also want to mark halfway, which is a bit of an odd one, but what you can do, which is probably easiest, is just fold it, join the points up, and then just pinch that part, and that will give you your center, because it's into the 1/16 of an inch measurements, which some people, you know, find confusing. It's literally in between 2 1/4 and 2 3/8. So if you've got those markers on your ruler, then use them. And if you do understand the 16ths of an inch, it's 1 2 3 4, it's 5 6, it's 2 5/16 of an inch. But just fold the card in half, it's easier that way. Again, do that measurement at the bottom as well, so fold it in half. And then you want to come down that center line, 4 1/8. So 4 1/8 there, just put a little pencil mark. And then you're going to come in from the left side here, bottom left, 1 3/8 again. And again, 3 1/4. We'll come in this side at 1 3/8. So I'm going to pop that one to one side with my pattern paper. I'll do that one in a minute. So then you want to take your template and you want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 5 by 6. The V is really easy. It's one of the, well, the I is the easiest one, but I'd say this is up there as one of the most simplest letters to do. So just sit that down because it's exactly the same size, and then just trace around the middle and the side. You want to use a heavyweight card for your template, so it's got that edge that you can, you know, move your pencil against. Okay, and then again, so that's for the front, and then one for the back. And then cut those both out. Okay, so I've got the front and the back of the box. Rub out your pencil mark. I'm actually just going to flip these over because they're a mirror image, so I don't have to worry about doing that. And then the same with your pattern paper piece. Then to go around the sides, I'm using a light pink colour just for a bit of contrast. So I'm going to go through them all in the order that we're going to stick them. So this first piece is 3 by 8 3/4. Along the 3-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 and 2 1/2. And then along the long side, you're going to score at 1/2 and at 2 1/2. Now I've marked on this one left side and bottom. So this one is going to go all down here and stick along here. Then the next one, again, it's 3 inches wide. This is 8 1/2 long. Along the 3-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 and 2 1/2. And then along the long side, you're going to score at 6 1/4 and 8. And then on this one, I put right side and top right. So this is going to go all the way up this side here and then along the top here. Okay. And then this piece here is the middle, and the top left lid. So again, it's 3 inches wide. You're going to score at 1/2 inch and 2 1/2. And then along that long side, you're going to score at 4 1/8, 8 1/4 and 10. So fold and burnish all your score lines on all those pieces. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut the first and the second one. And then the last one I'm going to cut with you, because this one you do just slightly different. But you can see here, wherever there is a fold, I've cut a wedge out and just created a tab on each side of each section. So there's tabs there, tabs for each of these sides, and then this tab is going to connect to the next one. Okay, actually that should be that way. So it will connect like this. So you can see already there's the V shape, and that's the top, and then we're going to come down with this piece in the middle. So I've just done that side there. So there's a few ways to do this. You can just cut right up through the middle there and free up that piece, and then cut a little wedge like so, or you can just cut a triangle straight away into it. And then again, just going to cut a little wedge off of the end there and off of there. And then we'll do the same here. So again, you can either cut up and cut away each side, or you can just cut a triangle out straight away. Okay. Now, with all the other tabs, you'll just cut a nice wedge off the ends there. But with this one, because it's the lid, all you want to do is just cut nice and straight and just remove the square in the corner. Because this piece here, you may want to hole punch a little hole and add some ribbon through. You may pop a hook and loop behind there, or you might just want to fold it in, which is what I tend to do. But you want that to be nice and snug. Right, so you want to start off with your left side and the bottom, and you're going to run some glue. I'm using the construction glue now on all of this, so it's nice and strong. So I'm just going to run some glue there. And then you want to take the piece that says right side and top right, and just lay that over the top. So now we've got one long piece. And now we'll start attaching it onto there. This is a long enough piece to work with. You can, if you want, add this on as well, as you've got it all together, and then you work it all around the letter. But I'm going to stick just the two. If you want to just stick this down first and then attach that as you go, you can as well. Check out my playlist with all the other letters, because there are so many on there. And I probably do some of them, put them together slightly different, you know, each time. This one is going to stick inside here. So this is the back. This will be the front piece, which we'll stick on at the end. So I'm going to take my glue and run it all along. This is the panel that says left side. And just lay that right the way down along the side. Always make sure that your bottom is nice and straight and flush. So run that piece, that bottom piece, along the bottom of the letter. If you've got anything overhanging at the top, you can always trim it away. You see that? Actually, I'm quite out on that one. But it's easy to trim away. You know, I may have cut this a little bit too far into the pencil line. So I'm just going to cut straight across there. Just snip that away. There we go. Okay, but it's easier to trim that end than it is the base. See, my base lines up nicely. Then I'm going to add the glue to the bottom tab, and then just sit this one behind. And you should already now be able to stand it up. So if that's rocking, then you haven't got it flush. So just, you know, push it down against your tabletop there. And then again, run your glue all along this side. Just stick that one behind. See, that one's fine. I was panicking then, thinking I'd done the wrong measurements. You see that all sits in there nicely, and then flip it over. You can go in there and really secure that down. Okay, I started sticking that down and I hadn't pushed record because I stopped for lunch. So next you're going to add your glue onto the next tab and then attach the last piece, so the middle piece. And then I'm going to add my glue onto this one here and get that stuck behind there. And I'm going to add the glue now to both of these tabs on the middle sections. Because they're so close together, I think it's going to be easier for you to stick them. So you need to create a valley fold. And it's a little bit fiddly, but just kind of clip it in the middle. There we go. And you want to make sure that the tabs fan out like so. And again, don't worry about the glue. That once it all dries, it's going to be fine. And then just work it into the shape of the letter. So that V should fit in there just nicely. You can use your red tape, but I always like to use the liquid glue with things like this, so you've got that wiggle time. You can move bits around. There we go, I'm happy with that. That looks pretty neat and it's standing nicely. Now, we're not going to stick this down, just leave that one up now. We'll do that last. Next, we want to stick down the top. Now, if you've got bits that sit over the tabs, just add a little glue and then pinch that together. I'm going to use my tweezers. It just makes it easier when you go to stick the top on. Try not to change the shape of it. It's quite easy to, like, you know, push that in a bit more. Make sure you keep it, you know, in that shape. And then again with the base here, just a little glue, just tacking it in place, that's all. So just do a little test. You can just take this piece and just hover it over the top. You'll squeeze those in, so don't worry, it might look like it's bigger than it is, but once you squeeze, there you go, you can see that all fits nicely. So add your glue then to all of the tabs and then just place that down. Start with the side that's already kind of shaped and then just squeeze that other side in. Just kind of give it a few minutes so that the glue can grab, and then you can flip it over and start adding a bit more pressure. Okay, and then you can go in. You won't be able to obviously put pressure on the other side so much, but you can certainly get in to here and get right down to that base as well. Use a ruler. Oh, it slides out like that. Again, that's the beauty of using the glue. You can just push that back out again. Snip off that little bit there if you've got it overhanging. Oh, I think it looks great. I'm very, very pleased with that. And then with this one, so when you go to fold it down, you'll see it probably will catch. So just eye up, you know, where it's catching and just come in and snip that away. Okay, so just check that that all works. And then you want this to be able to kind of hold itself closed, which it does. I'm not actually going to cut anything away on that. That is wedged in there really nicely. I will add a little finger pull on there in a moment. But if you can't get that in, it's kind of, you know, squashing the card, just snip a tiny bit away. You might find it's just the score line, but you want that to hold itself like wedged. Or you may decide that you want to have maybe a little ribbon closure. So you might want to put a hole punch through there and tie it together. You might want to add some hook and loop or even a magnet closure under here and have it so that it closes that way. So it's on the outside. Entirely up to you. I'm going to keep that one in there and I'm going to stick down the matte layer. And then I'm going to cut all of my pattern paper for the sides and I'll give you the measurements. So to decorate the sides, you will want 2 pieces for the left and the right. These are, well, all the pieces are 1 3/4 wide. These are 6 inches. They're going to go there and there. These are for inside of the V section. You might not want to decorate in here. So again, 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. So those in there and there. I've cut 1 piece for the bottom, which is 1 3/4 squared. And you might not want to, and then these 2 for the top, so 1 3/4 by 1 1/2. So I'm going to stick all those down and then I'm going to add my decoration. So these are here, I think everybody got different to be honest, but these are little like resin sweets and they came in the kit, that Papercraft Society kit. I've got little ones here, they're like little lollipops. I've got this lovely sweet one there. I've got all sorts, but I thought I'm going to keep the ones that are heart shaped. Actually, I should use, mind you though, I don't really want to add too much green. But the idea is to have the heart. I don't want it to take away from the shape. So I want to make sure you can clearly see that it's a letter V shaped box. And then I've just cut lots of hearts from that die set, but also in the kit, you get the ones here that cut the sweet, XOXO. I was just going to mix them all in. I'm going to use my heat gun and then add some of these 3D, because I don't really know where else I use them apart from on a 3D project. And I think my Nana just loved that because it'd be really tactile and everything. So yeah, I'm going to get all this stuck down and then I will show you it when it's finished, because I'm also going to add some of my little sequin hearts as well. Okay, so there is my finished letter V gift box. I think it's adorable. This is one of the cutest ones I've done. I love this one. I love the letter E I did for Easter. Like I said at the start, check out the playlist because I think this is the 11th now. So I'm approaching half of the alphabet is up there. But I do want to take my time with these and make them as I need them. But I think that is adorable. It's so sweet. And then I've added the little finger pull there. I just use a little 1/2 inch circle punch. Just punch out on the side there. So it's just a little bit easier. But I'm going to fill this now with lint. Lint or the Lindor little red chocolate balls. So I'm going to fill those inside and yeah, pop it in the hamper. So there you go. So letter V for Valentine's Day, or if your name starts with the letter V, or maybe you want to spell out the word love. What have we got now? I've got the L, I've got the V and the E, so I need to do the O. And my brother-in-law is called Ollie, so maybe I'll do a box for him. And then we've got the word love if you want to do that. But that will, yeah, I won't be doing that one straight away, but I will bear that one in mind when I'm thinking of which ones to do next. So all of the product, as always, that I've used today will be linked in the description box below, but also if you click here, that'll take you to the Craft Stash website where you'll find most of this product. And then if you're not subscribed, click here on my face, and then you can subscribe to the channel, see all the past playlists, all the different videos that I've done. And then coming up here, I'll have the alphabet playlist. So all of the letters will be in that playlist if you want to go and watch those next. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.